This is Brandon, Caleb, Braylon, and BJ. This family's dope. They're a whole vibe every day, so let's ride. Real joy, real love all around. The time we on, come get down with the Browns, and let's vibe.
What's up, B Nation? Welcome back to the Ch channel.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Kayla.
And we are
the Brown family. And y'all, we are back with another video. Just like that.
Y'all, today we will be reviewing our vacation to Disneyland in California.
Yes, we're going to be reviewing it, y'all. And I am so excited because I cannot wait to tell y'all about it. We had an amazing time. So, babe, let's just go ahead and jump right into it.
Let's go.
All right, baby. So go ahead and tell them, what was your favorite part of Disneyland?
My favorite park, of course, unanimous, was Adventure Park. Yes. That's the park that has all of the Marvel stuff. It's all decked out. Adventures Campus, I think we spent the most time there. It was everything. Yes. Everything. So yeah, so that was my favorite part. We got to meet the characters. We got to go do like the Sorcerer Supreme thing at the Doctor Strange Sanctum, and we got to see a lot of characters. We did, like, a lot of them were walking around, and then some of them were doing like outdoor fight scenes and stuff like that. So it was really, really cool. It was pretty cool.
Yes. Y'all, Brandon is, if you know him, then you know he is a massive Marvel fan. So it was like he was like a kid in a candy store, and so was BJ. Yeah. BJ was like literally starstruck for most of the time that we were at the park. Yeah. And so was Bray. Don't even let me downplay that, because Braylon had an amazing time at Marvel Adventure Campus as well. Yes. She got to meet Black Widow. She got to meet Black Widow, and we got to meet Shuri.
Oh yeah, we met Shuri.
That was one of my
And then she also met the Wasp. So we met Ant-Man and the Wasp together. But it was really cool because Spider-Man was getting ready to do his show on top of the building, and BJ and Spider-Man actually bumped into each other, and I think we have a clip of that. Yes. So they bumped into each other and like fist bumped, and they took a photo and all of that. It was really, really cool. It was awesome. And he was like shocked. He wasn't expecting it at all.
Yes, he wasn't. That was one of my favorite parts of the trip. Like, as a whole, I just love seeing them have and experience all that joy while we were at the Avenger Campus. So that was really fun. As for me, I am just a classic Disney person. So I really did love the Disneyland park as well. We were talking about this before we shot the video, and we were saying that it's kind of similar to what you experience when you go to Magic Kingdom in Orlando. But I think each park has its own unique properties, and we will do a video later where we'll kind of give y'all some head-to-head stuff on Disneyland versus Disney World and some recommendations and things like that. But my favorite part of the whole trip and Disneyland was just seeing the joy that y'all experienced at Marvel Adventure Campus. That was amazing for me to watch. Yeah. And I really enjoyed it. So yeah, that was my favorite part.
Yeah, it was really, really cool though. It was a whole different experience. Like Kayla said, we'll do a more in-depth conversation as far as the parks in California versus the ones in Florida. Yes. But the main park that we say is similar to Magic Kingdom, it's definitely a whole experience in itself as well. So we're not downplaying that at all.
Yes.
So
and that turkey leg was so good.
Yeah, the turkey leg. Yeah, the turkey leg.
The turkey legs were slamming. Okay, so if you ever been to Disney at all, then you know about the turkey legs. Yes. The turkey legs in California did not disappoint, nor the churros. Oh, the
churros were so good. I haven't had a churro in so long, but that churro was good. I haven't had a turkey leg in a long time too.
It was so good, and Bray and BJ actually loved it. They didn't think they would like it, but they loved it. They enjoyed it. All right, so let's talk about travel. Let's talk about getting there. Yeah. So y'all, we are from Alabama. So typically
we're from the South.
We're from the South. The South?
The South.
And I also, one more thing while we're on the South, I also want to just say this real quick. The food in the South is undefeated. Y'all were really, really amping up Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, and it was great.
No, it was good.
It was good, but it wasn't like the food in the South. Like, we know how to eat in the South.
I think that if you are from anywhere else other than the South, then it's like a win for you.
Yeah.
But in the South, if you coming from the South and you go like somewhere on the East Coast and it's supposed to be a soul food place, me personally, I don't think it will live up to the hype just because it's not the South.
Going back to travel, I get sidetracked when we start talking about food.
Obviously.
I get sidetracked. Anyway, y'all.
I guess.
Right. Going back to travel. So we flew from Atlanta into LAX. Okay, y'all. We had been given advice by some friends to fly into John Wayne, which is the closest airport to Anaheim. So we chose to fly into LAX because we wanted to sightsee, and we were already planning to go and like do some things like Universal Studios that are actually in LA. So we flew into LAX. The flight was about like 4 hours, maybe 4.5 hour flight.
So getting there, the flight was like 5
because we switched planes.
Coming back, it was like 4:20.
But the kids did fine on the plane. I mean, I packed them up some stuff in their carry-on bags to keep them entertained. Brandon had booked the flights. He did all that hustle and bustle to get us prepared to go. So our seats were together, and we had a decent flight. We decided to go ahead and rent a car. At first, we had not made a decision on this before we got there. We were like, we might try Uber. We might just kind of like wing it when we get there, because we didn't really know. Like, we had heard so many things about LA traffic, and just we didn't want to rent a car. We weren't necessarily going to be able to use it. But we decided upon getting there to LAX and waiting forever on transportation and Ubers that we were just gonna go ahead and rent a car. And we ended up getting a nice little cute little Jeep. It was red, it was cute, clean, brand new almost. Traffic really wasn't that hectic for us. Now, we saw some delays every time on the opposite side of the interstate. We would see like major delays, and we were like, oh Lord, we don't want to get in that. But somehow we just kept missing it. I don't know if it was because we were dodging rush hour or what, but we kept missing it.
Yep. Okay, so as far as travel, like Kayla said, we did fly into LAX. I think for us, it was more so about the experience. Like, we didn't mind, you know, the travel to Anaheim because it was like a 30-40 minute drive. But traveling into LAX, it was just a whole experience in itself, and that's just something that we can say we did just to kind of check off our personal list of things that we just want to experience as a family. So we flew into LAX. It was a good flight. Everything was smooth. The kids, like Kayla said, they had a good time. The flight wasn't too bad for them. They slept and stuff like that. We slept. So everything was good. And then we were able to experience like a few things when we got there as well. So the flight was good. So if you're taking kids with you, just make sure y'all download, movies and games and stuff like that they can play. We flew American, so there was free Wi-Fi.
All right, y'all. So now let's talk about where to stay. So when you go to Disneyland's website, you will see a ton, or I won't say a ton, you'll see like 4 resorts on their actual website. However, when we travel, especially since we're traveling with the kids, we always prefer to stay in an Airbnb because you get more space and more flexibility with your travel. So we chose an Airbnb that was in Anaheim. It was so close to Disney, we could actually see the fireworks at night, every night from our balcony at our Airbnb. So that was amazing. The kids loved it. So the first night that we got there, we actually got to hear the fireworks. And it just really built that anticipation because we were going there the very next day.
I think it was like at 9 o'clock, from like 9 to 9:30 every night, the same fireworks. We watched it every night, same thing, but it was perfect.
But if you prefer hotels, there's a ton of hotels that you can pick from. Disney has the 4 resorts on their actual website, and you can always use sites, any of the travel sites that you choose, like Expedia, Booking.com, any of those, Vrbo, anything that you choose to use. You can always find good places to stay. But we're going with Airbnb because it's been really good to us. We haven't really, we hadn't had any. Well, there was that one experience, but that's a story for another time. So another thing that was really, really just really good and pleasant about the park was the weather. The weather was beautiful. It was the day that we went to the park, the high was 72 degrees. And y'all, babe, tell them what the West Coast people were saying about
Yeah, they were saying it was hot. Well, first let me go back a little bit. So when we first got to LA, the weather was like 65 degrees. And mind you, this is June.
Yeah.
So in Alabama where we live, it was already like 103.
Yes.
And the heat
hot.
index is like 110. So it was super hot when we left here. And when we got there, everyone was like, oh, well, it's super hot. It's so hot today. Oh my gosh, I hope it cools off. And we were like, this feels great. Then I don't know if it's because California is right there like near the water, but we were getting a breeze too. So it felt great to us.
I had heard as I was doing my research for Disneyland that you could get a lot of overcast and a lot of like cloudy days, even though, you know, the temp would still be about the same, but you could just kind of have that gloomy overcast kind of look. With us, we had beautiful blue skies. I mean, not a cloud in the sky, okay? Right. It was perfect.
It rained like one day for like 10 minutes, and that was it. So,
I think I slept through that.
Yeah, it was really quick. It was like a rain here in Alabama. Like it rained and it just cleared up, and it looked like it didn't even rain at all. So
yes,
yeah.
Disney World. I don't care what time of year you go to Disney World, it's hot. It's Florida and it's hot.
Y'all, anybody that knows about the South knows that in the South it's like super. Not only is it hot, but it's humid hot. So it's that sticky.
Humidity.
Yeah, that humidity is a freaking game changer. Like going to the West Coast, because you don't feel that stickiness. But we did enjoy the weather though. The weather was a plus.
Yes, the weather was a plus. So now we're going to talk about the cost. How much did all of this cost? Ticket price in Disneyland is comparable to ticket price in Disney World. With Disneyland, there's the two parks that we talked about. So it's Disneyland Park and then it's Disney California Adventure. And so we chose to do the Park Hopper Pass because unlike Disney World, you could just walk between the parks. So Disneyland Park was directly across from Disney California Park Adventure. Yeah. So you could like stand in the middle and see both parks at the same time. Yeah.
It's kind of like, to kind of put it into perspective, it's kind of like if you're at a outlet mall and you cross the street, like you walk across something like that, like you can literally just walk there. Yeah. Because I was under the impression that like at Disney World, where you would have to get on a train or some kind of, you know, some kind of transportation to get to the next park. So it is a plus with Disneyland that the parks are right there. Like once you come out of one, you can go into the other one. If y'all's kids are like ours, we had strollers. We had a stroller for them, double stroller. So we just got the stroller, walked straight across, and we were there. So that is a plus.
You can actually go on the website and check it for your particular travel dates. But when we went in June, it was like $240 a person for Park Hopper tickets. And the stroller was $36. And everything else inside the park was pretty standard for Disney. I mean, I don't think Disneyland was any higher than the prices that you would experience at Disney World. You already know when you come to Disney, you already know, just expect to spend some money when you go to Disney. Yeah,
it's no more than Disney World. All of it's overpriced.
Yes.
Get a bottle of water for like $4.
Yes.
But yeah, but other than that, I mean, at this point in time, you already know, like if you're planning to go to Disney, you already know you're going to spend a substantial amount of money on a Disney trip, especially if you're flying to like California from somewhere far. But yeah, it was great though. They have an app, so anybody preparing for something like this, go ahead and download the app. That way you can have all your information there, because you're going to use your phone to scan in and all of that good stuff. And everything is on the app, so the maps and, you know, where you need to go and what time this character will be here. They're like, use the app. I wanted to make sure I let y'all know that the other parents and people who have kids that are going out there. So I want to make sure I didn't get that.
Yes, the app's important. And, you know, wait times You can make your reservations for your restaurants that you want to eat at and all of that from the app. So that's a really good point, babe. One more point we want to make to you all is when you are on the Disneyland website and you reserve your tickets, now I'm sure you've probably heard that Disney as a franchise requires you to not only have a ticket, but to have that park reservation as well. So make sure there's a place on the website where you can check to make sure that the date that you're purchasing tickets also has a reservation for the park. And you get to select also which park you want to go into first. So we went into Disneyland Park first. We'd actually planned on going into Marvel during the Disneyland California Adventure first, but because we had something happening, we had to change our reservation. And so we ended up going into Disneyland Park first, and that was actually better for us. Okay, we got there early so we could spend the better part of the morning at Disneyland Park, and then we transitioned over at 11 a.m. to Disneyland California Adventure.
Yeah. Quick thing, at 11 o'clock, depending on whichever park you're at first, at 11 o'clock you can switch over to the other park. You can't do it before. So like when we were, we went to the wrong side first because we forgot which theme park we were going to first. And when we did go to the wrong one, people were standing out there and they were like, oh, I'm not in line, I'm waiting until 11 o'clock to switch over. So, but I did want to make sure I said this. We did purchase the Genie Pass. I think the Genie Pass is like $25 per person.
Yes.
And of course, you know, it's supposed to kind of like speed you up in the lines and all the good stuff. Well, I do want to let you know that you need the app again because the app is going to show you what rides actually take the Genie Pass. Like the Genie Pass isn't at all the rides. So it's certain rides that you do it. I think it's if the wait time is like longer than like 2 hours, or don't mark my word on that. Just know the longer rides, the Genie Pass may be on those, but the other ones it won't be. So just keep in mind. But see, I feel like we kind of missed out on it because our kids still really aren't at the age where they want to ride the rides. Yeah. Like they still want to do the smaller stuff. So our Genie Pass was kind of wasted, but it's okay.
We're still not at the point where we're ready for all the big rides right now. So we still pretty much do a lot of the stuff for the younger kids. And for most of those rides, the Genie Pass was useless to us. It really just depends on who you're traveling with, what their ages are, and what their comfort level with rides are. All in all, there is so much to do at Disney parks. I mean, the Marvel Adventure Campus where they had all the characters out. I mean, we enjoyed that part alone. Like that part was amazing to us. And also in Disneyland Park, they had characters out as well. You know, they did the parade. Again, not trying to get too much into the comparison video, but the parade at Disneyland was significantly smaller than the parade at Disney World. So we were a little underwhelmed in that department, but it was amazing that the kids got to meet characters at Disneyland Park that we had never met when we went to Disney World, like Pinocchio.
And one more thing, y'all, I would personally recommend, if you're on the West Coast, I would recommend you go to Disneyland first. That's pretty much all I'm going to say. I absolutely love the experience we had at Disneyland. And I think we've been to Disney World a few times. So this was our first time going to Disneyland and we had a blast. Like we haven't had a good time like that at Disney World in a long time. Y'all look out for that review coming because we're going to really get it. We're really going to dive into the differences in the two. And hopefully we can help out a lot of parents who are trying to decide, you know, which direction they want to go.
Yeah. When we go to Disney, whether it's World or Land, we just anticipate buying those little souvenirs. But you can also purchase those online before you go if you want to save some coins because to Brandon's point, they are a little overpriced at the park. Yeah. So we ended up getting Brandon, BJ. He wants me to call him Brandon Jr. Now I'm really trying to adjust to that. We've
been calling him Brandon since he's been in school, so I guess
I'm really trying to adjust to that. Yeah. So Brandon Jr. picked up he got a Mickey Mouse light / bubble blower that he loved, and Braylon was going crazy over these mini ears. She really wanted to get mini ears, y'all. And she ended up choosing the mini ears that also had Ariel, the new Ariel from The Little Mermaid on it. So she loved those. But as soon as she saw Brandon Jr. with that bubble blower, it was on and popping. She had to have one too. Yep. So we ended up buying a bubble blower for her as well. And all of those things were purchased at Disneyland Park. Brandon, go ahead and tell them what all you bought at California Adventure.
I didn't buy anything from California Adventure.
What you bought for the kids at California Adventure?
Oh, so yeah. So we did go to...
tell them about that.
So they have this marble store, this big marble store that has like, oh my gosh, they have pretty much anything you can think of in there. And they had like this Iron Man suit.
That I had to stop him from buying.
It's a legit, no, I wasn't gonna buy it. I definitely wasn't gonna buy it. It was like $30,000 or something like that. They had a lot of stuff in there. So we just kind of walked around. We saw like a lot of stuff, and the kids like played around with some stuff.
How long did
they had some stuff in there that I would have bought, but I mean everything was already overpriced. So the kids bought some. We were in there for like 20 minutes. BJ ended up. What did he get? That's a minimization
right there.
What did he end up getting?
BJ ended up. What did BJ get? Oh, he got the shooters.
He got the Spider-Man.
He got the Spider-Man web throwers. He got those. He had some at home, but none like that before. So he enjoyed playing with those, and we brought all of that stuff home with us. I didn't think we were gonna have enough space in the suitcase to bring everything home, but luckily we were still able to check bags when we got back to the airport.
So, you know, y'all can just kind of get this stuff offline. Save yourself at least $10 because you're gonna pay
$10.
Yeah, per item.
Oh, per item? Yeah, per item. Outside of the souvenirs, the turkey leg, the other food that we ended up buying in the park, just like as we were walking around, we ended up trying some pretzels. I tried a corn dog. It was really good. Y'all know Disney has the good food. So just prepare to bring you some coins to buy some overpriced food when you go to Disney. But if you don't want to do that, there were several families who brought their own coolers. They brought their own lunch. And they just set up shop. There's several places to sit out there and eat. So nothing was really too crowded at Disneyland.
I know some of y'all gonna get me, so I want to go and say this now. I was vegan last year for like 6-7 months. I did eat a turkey leg, okay? So anybody, I don't want anybody to say, oh, I thought you were good. I got this. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry.
But for real though, the turkey leg was good. But I think that if we did go back to Disneyland, I probably would like, I think we would probably like pack lunch or some snacks and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll probably bring snacks. All right, y'all, we don't want to hold y'all too much longer. Babe, anything else you want to add about the park that we haven't discussed already?
Nope. Just book your tickets and your park and pack your snacks and download. First thing, just download the app. Download the app, and then once you get the app and you get all your stuff set up, you're gonna have a good time. Everything is fun, man. Y'all just go out there and enjoy it. That's all I have.
Yes, y'all enjoy. We definitely recommend Disneyland. Even if you've experienced the Disney World experience, I think they're both very different experiences, and I think they are both magical. So I hope that y'all will decide to try Disneyland as well. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. We truly appreciate y'all. Before you leave, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
We'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Peace.